there are many immigrants from a variety of different countries. And in order to make those immigrants and productive members of our city, they have to be able to speak English, to have jobs, to read contracts. It's just an essential thing to be able, for speakers of other languages, to be able to speak English also, to be understood and to understand. Before BIC got involved in this issue of ESOL classes, the waiting lists were between 400 and 600 people, which meant that many people who wanted to learn to speak English in a formal class had to wait months and years for that opportunity, which is too long to wait. One of the congregations that was a member of BIC at that time had a listening campaign, and that came up as their priority, that the number of people who were non-English speaking wanting to learn to speak English. And BIC then made it a priority. An action was held with the mayor at that time, and we asked the mayor and the school department to designate a portion of the school department money to be specific for additional ESOL classes. And that came about relatively quickly after that action. And I believe there were 3 classes of totaling approximately 90 to 100 people that were able to attend classes that were not able to attend before. About 4 years ago, I learned from my neighbor, who was director of community schools, that the BIC money, this money that I had previously spoken about was labeled the BIC money, that money was going to be eliminated from the school department budget. Learning about this came up at a very opportune time. What I did was to inquire of the person in the school department who was in charge of that money, in charge of those classes, spoke to her, learned how important the classes were for the many people that were able to attend them. And she was very concerned that these people were going to be shut out of these additional classes. The very next week, we had a meeting with the mayor scheduled. I happened to be chairing that meeting, and I added a last item on the agenda. I reminded the mayor at that time of what had happened before, reminded him about the BIC money, and told him that I understood it was going to be eliminated. He asked me who told me that. I just said someone on good authority, and he then said, I will look into it. He did not want that money eliminated. So in fact, the money was decreased somewhat, but it was not eliminated. And I felt a personal victory with that.